Hey, what's up? This is Pasty here. 4Dimension are a brand that I've mentioned a couple of times in previous videos now. A couple of you guys did message me asking if I could check out some of this stuff. Luckily 4Dimension agreed to send me the KL-1r, which is a burgundy jacket, to check it out and give it a little bit of a review. The KL-1 comes in this red colour, there's also a beige version, and there's a black one as well, although that's currently marked as sold out, so keep your eye on that one might come back. But at the moment, beige and red/burgundy are the only options here. They do have another jacket as well, the KL2, that comes in a couple of different colours as well. So thank you to everyone that messaged asking me to take a look at this stuff. Thank you to 4Dimension as well for sending me this jacket to take a look at, and let's get right into it. As you can probably tell already, the KL1 is a waterproof shell jacket. It's got kind of an unusual fit. It's a little bit boxy, so it comes up a little bit shorter than perhaps some other jackets would, but there is a little bit of extra room in there on the arms especially. They're quite wide, and there's a bit of extra chest room as well, so I would definitely recommend going down a size on this one. So yeah, the sizing is a little bit strange, particularly because on their website the model is wearing a size large, and yet he is both shorter and lighter than I am. But I feel like if I was wearing a large, I'd be absolutely drowning in it. It would be huge. So my advice would be have a look at the measurements. They list the measurements for the different sizes on the website, and compare those to either a jacket you already own or another piece of clothing that you have, and buy your size based on that. I think that is how you're going to get the best fit for this. It's good that they've chosen to give this jacket a double zip, because it definitely lends itself to undoing that bottom and just giving it a little bit more space kind of around the base of the jacket. The cuffs are adjustable with these little Velcro straps, which is definitely a good thing. Otherwise I think it makes the whole sleeve a little bit too wide, but when they come in like that a little bit, that definitely helps with the look. And that is where you'll find the only branding on this jacket. There's sort of 4Dimension branding on either sleeve, but there's nothing on the chest, nothing on the back or anything. So it's all over pretty subtle, which I really like. I think this is just the perfect amount of branding to kind of like get the style across a little bit, but without being too overbearing. It's nothing like that Gorilla Group jacket, for example, which really goes all out on that stuff on the back. 4Dimension described the material as a 3-layer fabric, so similar kind of technology to Gore-Tex, although the country of origin here is Switzerland, so I'm not exactly sure quite specifically what the material they're using is. It feels quite soft, it's quite sort of pliable, it doesn't have that crunchiness of Gore-Tex, so I do feel like that water resistance is going to be lower than some of those other materials. And I can't actually test it because there is no rain forecast in England for the next couple of days. However, the upside of that slightly lower waterproof rating is that this is a very flexible, very maneuverable jacket. It feels very light and it's very easy to put on. To go alongside that, it's also pretty lightweight. It doesn't have any lining or anything, which is not necessarily a disadvantage because it means that you're quite flexible in terms of what you wear underneath it. You could definitely wear this in the summer just as a kind of rain jacket, or in the winter if you've got some decent mid-layer stuff underneath. So in terms of versatility, I think that makes it pretty good. For me, the best part of this jacket is the hood and the collar. I think the two have a really nice interaction. I like the way that the hood sort of comes up from just underneath the top of the collar. The collar's a nice height as well. It's not as crazy high as the ACG one, but higher than what you would find in a normal jacket, so you've got a little bit of sort of chin protection, and if you tuck your face in a little bit, you can definitely get your mouth under there as well. So if weather conditions do start getting a little bit bad, you can use this jacket for a bit of face protection. Often techwear outfits do have some kind of face covering or something going on around the face and neck area, so I think this jacket does a pretty good job of providing that, especially with those little toggles as well that are on the hood. I think it just gives you a little bit of interesting detail that's going on around there. The hood as well has a little bit of a peak to it, a little bit of a brim, kind of simulating a hat, so that will help keep some of the rain off your face in the same way as the Gorilla Group jacket and one or two other things that I've checked out in the past. Those toggles that I mentioned before, they do actually cinch this hood in pretty well. I think they do quite a good job. It doesn't sort of pull it too weirdly, it just closes it in around your face. So if you are going to be suffering from some bad weather, then you can pull that in quite nicely, and it's going to help keep most of you relatively dry. On that topic, you'll notice that all the visible zips on this jacket are taped. Not only does that look pretty cool, it's also going to help stop water getting into those pockets. On the front, you'll see what looks like one medium-sized pocket on the chest, and then one much larger pocket that runs down the left-hand side of the coat. These pockets are both pretty useful. The chest one is pretty much a perfect size for any smartphone. It will fit a big sized phone in there no problem, and there's a little bit of extra room left over. And that massive pocket on one side, that can pretty much fit anything in no problem. Things like large bottles of drink, for example, that will easily go in there. There's also two sub pockets inside there, so if you're carrying a few different things, then pretty much this is your one-stop shop for carrying stuff. although it doesn't look like there are any pockets on the opposite side. However, there is actually exactly the same sized one as on the left. It's just hidden behind a little flap. So again, this is pretty much the same size. There is only one sub pocket though, as opposed to two. So it's a little bit of a different construction, but still it means the storage capacity on this jacket is actually surprisingly big. So if you're thinking you might want to carry quite a lot of stuff around, but you don't want to look like some military paratrooper type with loads of things and loads of different pockets, then for that reason, this is definitely something to consider. There are two pockets that I haven't mentioned so far. There is one internal pocket that has a little MP3 sized hole thing, so perfect for phone or any other kind of iPod-y gadget type things, or something else that you want to keep safe like a wallet. There is also a pocket on the back in the same way as the 4Dimension one. This is going to be pretty good if you're using this for kind of cycling or moving around and stuff, anything where you want to keep any sort of additional weight quite central. And initially when I was seeing these kinds of pockets on jackets, I was thinking that if you're just walking around, you don't really want to put anything in there because people can just unzip it and take it out without you really noticing. However, if you're wearing a backpack over a pocket like this, then it becomes really difficult to even see there's a pocket at all, let alone being able to get in there. So as a kind of a sneaky extra hidden bit of storage, that's definitely something to consider because I think it's quite a cool feature. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the look and the styling of this jacket. I think it certainly has a good techwear aesthetic. It's got some good credentials like those taped zips. I think that makes it look quite good, but at the same time, it's definitely not sort of super ninja cosplay tier stuff. And I think that makes this quite a versatile jacket. You could easily get away with this, for example, just wearing it in a normal outfit with a pair of jeans or something, as well as with a more sort of techwear focused thing where you have some cargos and some other cool stuff. I also approve of the different colours that 4Dimension are using here. I appreciate this red jacket is not for everyone. If you're not really feeling the red or the beige version, then perhaps keep a lookout on their website anyway. I don't know if those black jackets will restock, but it's perhaps worth keeping an eye on nonetheless. And I do think that that asymmetrical style makes this look a little bit different to your standard outerwear piece or a standard jacket like from North Face or Patagonia or something, and I think that does give them some ability to charge a higher price than those brands. The best analogy I can think for this jacket is it's kind of like a deluxe version of the Uniqlo Block Tech. So they both have quite a clean sort of look and I think will work in quite similar sorts of ways. They're both pretty lightweight. This probably will have better waterproofing than the Block Tech does. The Block Tech does feel very sort of powdery and very malleable almost, whereas this has a little bit more stiffness and crunchiness to it. This also definitely has more functionality in terms of those pockets, and I think the hood and the collar shape is much better than on the Block Tech. The Block Tech also suffers from the hood being way too lightweight, so it just kind of like blows off all the time, whereas this seems like it is perhaps a little bit of a better shape to prevent that happening. So the final question then, should you buy it? I do think that there are a couple of scenarios where you should strongly consider this jacket. If you like the Uniqlo Block Tech, for example, but you want something that feels a little bit more substantial, has better carrying capacity and some better features, or if you perhaps want something that's going to be a little bit more versatile than a crazy over-the-top techwear jacket, or if you already own a jacket like that and now you're thinking that you want to have something in a different colour for a little bit of variety, there are actually very few options for a more technical jacket with that kind of colouring. Perhaps Stone Island, I think, will have some things of different colours, but off the top of my head, that's really it in terms of brands that are going to produce things in a variety of colours that aren't sort of black or quite neutral or military inspired. So it might not feel that this jacket has that many things that are really crazy or wild or are doing things that no other jacket has done before. I think every feature on this jacket is pretty solid and seems to work pretty well. The hood is good, the pockets are good and they're a good shape, I think. That back pocket is quite cool also, and the double zip definitely works in this favour because of that slightly unusual fit. So that is everything on the 4Dimension KL-1. Do let me know what you guys think of this one down below in the comments. Do you think this is a cool kind of jacket to go after in terms of a techwear aesthetic, or maybe you feel that something like this doesn't quite offer enough to justify paying that price? Either way, do let me know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think of this one. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, do remember to give it a like, and thank you so much for your support on the recent videos. I will be back in approximately 1 week's time with another video. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Shout out to David Clardy, the tech purse is going to be 2018's hottest accessory. Trust me, it's happening. And shout out to Fritz Jorzik. You're right, let me know what you think of the background music. I thought it was alright, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more, then good news for you, because I've got a whole bunch more videos in the pipeline, scheduled, they're coming, it's happening. Some of the older ones will be up there for you to take a look at. And if you want to subscribe, you want to make sure that you catch all those new videos when they come out every Sunday, 6 PM, maybe the odd bonus one as well, then you can hit that little button there, subscribe, ding-a-ling, you won't miss a single one.